Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading. So if you guys want to see a message from the cards, please come on in, get comfortable. If you have snacks and the like, please go ahead and, just come on in. You're welcome here. I love you guys for showing up at all. So this message is going to be for you when you're ready to find it. And if you guys want to see more from me, more from the cards, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you can stay in the loop for when I post new videos. I have also listed my social media and my website. All of those links are going to be in the description, as well as a list of the decks I've used for this reading. And there will be a bonus reading for this video that will be time stamped, and you can just click right over to that if you want a quick little supplemental message for this video. So what I'm going to do, for those of you who are new to my readings, I usually like to start with an oracle reading just to get a general, I'm going to say, vibe check. It's probably so overused and cliched by now, but it's the intention is to get a read on the basic energy that we're looking at for this portion of the reading. And then I do have some tarot decks for use for this reading, so we will get into that as it comes up. That will be after the oracle reading. So here we go. Let's get an idea of what we have for our oracle energy. Okay, to start, we have blossoming abundance. Okay, we have the wishing well. Okay, interesting. And okay, so we have eye light for our crystal oracle, and this is talking about shifting your money mindset. So interesting that we get eye light and blossoming abundance together. I do think that we've been on a course of change that may have been such that it's threatened our stability. And we've been called to make changes about how we're thinking, possibly about our finances, our things, what we have at our disposal. Okay. And certainly we've had to address our lack mindset, because not only are we being called to shift that, but we've been in a place of wishing. We've been in a place of hoping things are going to change. We've probably been doing this out of fear. And while that can be something that is a revelation, it's a revelation. If you mire yourself in that, if all you're doing is looking down in the well and wishing for things to happen, that's going to prevent you from actually taking action on that. And this is where we do want to make that shift. Well, if your goal is to save $10 a week, the action might be not to go out for food or go for coffee. Make it at home, learn the recipe, and make a vastly more healthy version of the thing you're going to buy, right? Going out to buy, right? That's just one example. I think you know what you're looking at in this situation. There is a time you've been hoping that your garden is going to grow, because you've definitely been wishing for it to grow. Okay. But like I said, the longer you stare down into the well, the longer you put your emotion down here, you're not looking out over what you have, and you're likely not going to be able to take action on maintaining it, on letting it, giving it what it needs to actually grow. So this is where this is where that shift comes in, I think. Okay. So with that being said, let's get into your tarot. What I'm going to do here is get some more energy, perhaps, to supplement the oracle. You know, because we're being called to shift our mindset specifically around money, but resources in general, I would like to see some cards, specifically from the tarot, on how to get this shift going. Okay, what can we see for that? We're going to clarify and then see how you can best use this energy right now. Okay, so let's see some cards here. All right, so to start out, we have the Knight of Cups. Well, let me read them all together. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, and we also have the Paranormal. To do some quick explanation, because this is this a specialty card? I think this is a specialty card for this deck. But this is addressing things with curiosity, but it's a curiosity that is kind of impatient. You're ready for the answer. You want the answer to come in, okay? So, how does this card relate to your Knight of Cups and Two of Swords? Well, you have some tough choices to make. I do think there is a hard decision that you're working on making, okay? And it's specifically, it's to do with this lack mindset that you're coming into, because you're being asked to shift your views on your money, your resources. Maybe this is personal value. If you're resonating with that, you'll know how that feels and what that looks like for you. But there is some choices to make, and I do think in part that you might be missing information. Instinctively, I believe you know that, because you have the Paranormal card here, and that's what you're searching for. That's what you're putting all of your energy into. That's what you were wishing would just come clear, right? Maybe in all of this, you're at the point where you're tired. You can't do anymore. You're beating yourself up over not being able to, and it's just, you're treating yourself really, really destructively right now. You're treating yourself destructively, but it also kind of strikes me that you're just generally emotional. You feel your emotions deeply and strongly. Either way, there is a call for you to be gracious and kind to yourself right now, because you're going through a lot of change and it is scary. I don't blame you for feeling a little bit off, because yeah, change is scary. I will raise my hand right here and now and tell you that I do not handle change very well. I'm one of those that just does not like it. It may help I have 2 fixed signs in my chart, so oh boy, do I have trouble with it. Okay, but the trick in helping yourself make that transition easier is to be kind. Okay, give yourself a rest. Please give yourself a rest. You've been doing the most. You've been going at this the most. And you're looking to fill some gaps in your knowledge of how to move forward right now. Okay. So there's that. Let's get some clarifying and hidden energy right now. Okay. Hidden energy, please. Okay. We have the Six of Swords. So your hidden energy is that you're being called to detach a little bit. Immediately, I'm thinking the Hermit card, but while you don't specifically have the Hermit card out right now, or the Four of Swords, which is the other card I thought of, you're still being called to move away from the stress, move away from the stress of the situation and let yourself rest right now. Okay. So it is confirmed a little bit that you do need to give yourself a break. Okay. There's your Six of Swords. On top of that, there needs to be a different flow to your energy right now, because you're holding yourself back from receiving what you need. Okay, and whether that's psychic downloads, whether that is guidance or help from sources outside of you, physical or interdimensional, you know what those are. You've been pushing yourself so hard that you've detached yourself from being at ease, certainly, and also the call to remove yourself so you can rest from this situation. But you need to get yourself back into a place where the flow of your energy can move a little more freely, because I think right now this lack mindset that you're working on addressing has severely restricted you in a way that is uncomfortable, but you need to. It's uncomfortable, but even more uncomfortable than that is the fact that you need to let it change. Let it change. The only way you're going to do that is to move away from it for a little bit. Okay. So let's see why we are seeing the first part of this reading, please. Let's see some clarifying energy for the Knight of Cups, please. Okay, Knight of Cups here. Okay, one more. All right. Okay, so to start clarifying the Knight of Cups, we've gotten ourselves to a place where we've had to probably step back again, go back to the detachment. We're being called to kind of assess the progress we've made so far, because there may have been some actions we've taken that have gotten us into a rut, into a little bit of a snafu with what we tried to do at first. And that's normal. Maybe we acted on impulse. Maybe we've tried to and I'm saying this next statement specifically because coins or pentacles are attached to the earth element. Maybe we've tried to rush our growth process to the point that we've stagnated basically. And now I think this is a really good time to make notes and kind of game plan our next steps. Because if we really want to heal our mindset where our money and our resources are concerned, we're going to have to start by looking at what isn't working, right? So there's the Seven of Coins. Let's clarify even further. We have the Queen of Wands. So yeah, we're going to have to use some brain power to make this work. And certainly, I'm hearing integration. I'm hearing taking what we have and using it to our best advantage because we have the know-how to do that. Yes, that is Queen of Wands. I read that swords. Not even the right card there. But, we have the smarts, we have the know-how, we have the drive. Ultimately, this is about drive. The thing that we need to remember is that this is going to be a marathon. This work is going to be a marathon. It's not going to be a sprint. So we do have to continue taking care of ourselves in order to not burn out with the work, in order to actually see our goal through. Um, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to keep feeding the fire in order to keep our energy up. Again, this is all going to take some observance and some self-awareness, because on the flip side, we could be feeding that fire too much and it burns out of our control. Okay, so there's that. Again, you have the smarts and the willpower to achieve your goal. Be careful that you don't burn out, and take care to find your balance again. Okay. So there's clarifying for the Knight of Cups. Let's clarify our Two of Swords energy here. Why are we seeing the Two of Swords? Okay. Two of Swords, we got the Five of Wands. Okay, that's interesting. We have the sense of conflict, the sense of, I'm going to say there's this, it's internal. It's an internal conflict. And again, I think that's borne out by the fact that I mentioned this lack mentality that you're experiencing, and this choice that you're being called to make, and this choice that you're missing pieces of information on. It is an internal conflict, and again, it may be long, it may be arduous, it may be painful, but again, you're called to this, and you're called to this, and I do think it's your choice to address it or let it stagnate. That's your choice. It's your choice, but again, I'm going to ask you why suffer? Why suffer with it? If you don't address it, you're going to continue your suffering. It's unnecessary. Why do it? Address the choice so you can end your suffering, right? There's your Five of Wands. Okay. You also have the Eight of Coins. So this, again, this is going to require work. This is going to require attention. I do think this is going to be meaningful for you in some way, because you are going to be able to return to a place of happiness and peace. There are going to be abundant results. Okay, remember that we have, from your oracle, we have the abundance is blossoming. Okay, there are going to be abundant results coming in. I do think that there is some work to be done. Okay, there definitely is some work to be done. All right, let's clarify this paranormal card here. Why are we seeing a paranormal card here? Let's see here. Okay. So, first card. Interesting. We have the Star in reverse. The reason why we're likely seeing the paranormal card is because you're lacking in direction a little bit. You're lacking direction. Okay. And that's a tough spot to be in, especially because right now I don't think you see what the path forward is. It's a hard position to be in, because you want answers, you want to progress, you want to make that movement forward, but it's hard because you're not sure where to go. You're not looking up again, you're miring yourself. You're looking at the bottom of the well and wishing and hoping, but you're not looking up and seeing that you have a star to navigate by. Look up, look down. Again, this is your decision, but you're not going to see results if you don't make the change, right? Star in reverse, but you also have the King of Wands. So there is some mastery to be gained over the intensity of your emotions. Okay. Um, you do have Cups energy out right now. For the most part, I'm seeing Earth energy in the coins, but there is a lot of fire. There is a lot of intensity. There is a lot of um, deeply rooted and deeply felt emotion. Okay. And at on one hand, um, you want to feel these things. Maybe not. Maybe you don't want to feel these things, but you are anyway. And they're here because there is lessons learned. Once you gain mastery and understanding over the intensity of your emotions, over potential triggers for this intensity, I do think things will start to release and lighten up a little bit. Okay. Release and lighten up, but certainly when that happens, you will be able to move on and to move forward. Okay. So let's see our detachment card here. The Six of Swords is movement away from your situation for a little bit. Why are we seeing detachment here? Okay, we're seeing detachment because it, again, sudden rapid change is happening around you, and it's to do with your money mindset. It's to do with the resources that you have, where you might have been conditioned or trained to think a certain way about money, or again about resources, whatever you have. I'm mentioning money because it's on the top of my head here. Doesn't necessarily resonate, and I get it. Certain mindsets, certain perspectives, certain paradigms you have been holding on to are now shifting and they're falling apart. What's happening? I don't know. Okay, let's move back a little bit, let it fall away, and certainly assess progress, do some hard work to make the shift. But find the lesson that you need to find in this as well. Okay? So there's the Tower, and we're starting to clarify detachment here. Okay? But we also have the Nine of Coins. You know, all of this change, all of this stress and worry, it's going to come away if we can move on, if we can move away from it a little bit, right? Again, I'm getting rest and getting relaxed a little bit here. And you know what? Take time to enjoy take time to enjoy yourself. Look for little simple pleasures in your life. If that's going out and earthing for a little bit. You don't know what earthing is, that's walking barefoot on soil or grass. Please be careful because that could be mildly painful depending on where you step. Point being, get out in nature, do something that makes you happy, take some self-care time. Okay, you've been going through it. It's fair. You've been going through it. You need a break. Okay. Give yourself a minute to enjoy your simple pleasures. Okay. I think that'll help you. That'll help you stop that'll help you stop being so resistant in this situation right now. Okay. And let's clarify our Six of Pentacles energy. Okay. So why are we seeing the Six of Pentacles, please? What are we seeing here with the Six of Pentacles? So, to clarify the Six of Pentacles, all right, funny enough, we get the Three of Coins here too. So, I'm going to phrase it this way. Ask for help. Okay, don't be afraid to work in a team effort, if that's reaching out to someone you trust, if that's looking for resources, resources that you can access without too much. Ask for help is what I mean here. Work with people you trust. Try and gain understanding from people outside your situation. Give a little allegory, metaphor, story time outside of the reading here. I did a sigil reading for myself where I got something to the effect of, you're too close to a situation. I think that might be relevant here because you're definitely mired in stress over whatever this situation with your finances are. Again, resources, whatever, what have you. And it's been stressful, and you've probably overthought yourself into a corner, and now you're too close to the situation to really see it in perspective. So perhaps, letting it rest, letting yourself rest, asking for help, and getting some advice on where to go next might be helpful for you. Okay, it might be helpful for you, but also take it in context, take it in terms of balance, because you're not a machine that someone can program. Yes, you can take things to heart, but keep in mind that you have a path that you're on, and other people's advice can only get you so far before it becomes problematic. Okay, so that's the Three of Coins. Okay, let's see the Five of Coins here. Again, ask for help. It is there at your disposal if you should need it. And right now, I do think this shift, this moving, this turbulent water is giving you a sense of pause. But again, with I think we can address this after, but I'm seeing a lot of earth and kind of fire air energy coming in. Let's see from the final tarot deck whether this is confirmed or denied. But the statement I'm going to make here is that generally you're being called to send down new roots, to try planting new seeds, taking some time away from your situation to gain perspective. Again, I'm getting there because you need to, there's some things that you're very intensely and deeply feeling, and it's putting you in a place where you can't necessarily do what you're being called to do. Okay. So let's see the final portion of our tarot reading, and then we will get into the bonus reading. Okay. So our first card is the Five of Cups. So yeah, there is some disappointment here. There is some hurt. There is some discomfort. Okay. And one thing that stepping back from your situation may help you to understand is that you still have things to move forward with. Okay, things may have toppled. You have the Tower out from the other tarot, so yeah, things have changed. things will always change. Things will move forward. Things will fall. Things will tumble. Cups will spill. You still have a chance to pick up and go. Okay. Again, the metaphor with the well. Stop looking at the bottom of the well for a little bit. Okay. Because that's very much maybe a bad example if you haven't seen this movie, but I'm thinking The Ring. There's a shot where a well cover is being closed over the top and closed over the top of this well opening, and it's it's limiting your perspective is where I'm trying to go with this. If you're just looking at the damage, if you're just looking down into a pit, sure, that's a choice to make, but it's not letting you see the grander vista ahead of you. Okay. Yeah, Five of Cups. Let's leave it there for a little bit and see our other cards. Now the Five of Cups. Okay, we got the Magician. So especially right now, with what you might be doing to yourself and limiting your perspective, is that you're really not seeing how capable and powerful and strong you really are. Okay, if you want to see your garden grow, you have the capability of going out and watering the grass, going out and feeding your plants, going out and pruning the bushes around you, pulling thorns. Like, yeah, you got it. You got it. Okay? You got it. You just have to look up and realize your own unique, beautiful, amazing brand of magic will help you through. Okay? So there's the Magician. Okay? But we also have, again, the King of Swords. Get your mind in order, because things change. Things are crazy. But yeah, things are crazy, but you do have the capability of getting your mindset in gear. And getting your mindset in gear, but getting your mindset to a place where you don't have to brute force things. You don't have to force a result, because while you will get a result, it's not going to be what you want, right? Yep, King of Swords is coming back out. Mastery over. Oh, I'm sorry. I think it was King of Wands. Either way, mastery over your thoughts, mastery over your emotions. Get your mind and your heart right, because that's when you're going to see change, right? Okay? So there's the King of Swords. I think it was the King of Wands that came out. I still think it stands that either way there's some mastery that needs to be gained. Thoughts and what you're feeling in your heart. Okay. So let's see some clarifying and hidden energy. Okay. Hidden energy. We have the Two of Cups here. So that is going to all of this is going to require taking what you know and integrating it with what you're learning. There's been so much that you've picked up on, so many things that you've had to work with and juggle, frankly. It's a lot, and I don't blame you for feeling out of sorts. But I do think it can be done. I do think this work can be done. Remember that you have the Magician out right now. Get that card back out. Come here, you. Magician. You're powerful enough to do this work. Okay. King of Swords, Two of Cups. Yeah, there it is. Two of Cups. Here you go. That's our hidden energy, and our clarifying energy is the Knight of Swords. You want to take action, and I do think that's your ultimate goal. King of Swords specifically getting your mindset in a healthier place. Okay. And ultimately, I do think that there are going to be actions that you take that are much healthier and much more fulfilling for you down the line. Okay. All right. So that is the main portion of our tarot reading. I do hope any of this made sense because, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But let's get into our oracle reading and our tarot reading and see what we have for you in terms of a bonus. So to start, we have yin yang. Okay, we have rescue, and we have the golden healer quartz open the door. So immediately I'm struck by this healing aspect, and I don't partly because I'm triggered by that, and I don't think you can see that on camera. But again, this is golden healer quartz. I need anyway. What I'm struck by is the idea of healing and kind of rescuing yourself in a way, because perhaps you're in a state of disruption, of disorder, something's not right, and you feel the need to step back, to just get away from whatever discomforts you're having. And I do think the way to start that is to work on balancing energies right now. Okay, because things are constantly in motion, and more personally, you're not all light and you're not all dark. You're a mix of both. Okay. I just heard divine feminine and divine masculine energy. You're both. Okay. So striking that balance between, both. Okay, I'm stumbling. If you're watching, if you just clicked on the bonus timestamp, that's great. But I just came from a larger reading, so I'm a little bit tongue-tied, and I apologize for that. You're trying to strike a balance in your duality. Okay, got it there. Let's get into our tarot and see how that balance can be struck. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups. Okay, we have the Three of Swords, and we have the card for death. So things are going to change. Things always change. Things always move. It's borne out by this yin and yang card. And there is discomfort in that because with great change brings uncertainty. It brings unfamiliarity. I'm going to bed tonight. I don't know if I'm going to wake up. That's morbid. But it's true. I don't know if today's my last day, in which case you won't ever see this video if it doesn't go up. We can hope, we can pray, we can do all of the things to guarantee that we feel better about that thought. But ultimately, things change. In this case, I always interpret this as the change in energy from one form to another. So it's going to be hard to reconcile that, and it is going to bring pain. It is going to bring hurt, and it may feel like it's coming at you from all over the place. But again, this is where I'm seeing that you need to strike a balance between the duality in you, because you do have the capability. you do have the capability of taking care of yourself, taking care of others, doing what you need to do to maintain your day, right? But in the quiet moments with all of that happening, take some time to nurture your inner child. Take some time to be nostalgic. A little nostalgia isn't harmful, right? If you're kind of getting into, I mean, there's a Thomas Sanders episode about this, and I will go look for it and link it specifically so you can see what I mean in this. A little nostalgia isn't bad. It's one thing to be like, oh, that was such a fun time. I had this party with this many friends, and it was this birthday, and I had such a grand old party. It was fun. You know, that's a good memory from your childhood. Ultimately, I do think recalling happy memories and putting yourself in a place where you can recall what your inner child might have loved doing. That's gonna help you. That's gonna help you ease the stress of this a little bit. Now, again, it can be healthy. Don't lose yourself in it because you still have things to address in this timeline. Your childhood, if you are older than 18, your childhood isn't necessarily gone because you carry your inner child with you in your heart. Okay. Now I'm just rambling. I'm gonna cut it off here. But thank you for sticking around for this video. I appreciate you. I love you. And again, this video is for you when you find it. So thank you for tuning in. I did fail to mention this at the beginning of the video, but I do take private readings. If you are interested in getting one done with me, again, everything is in the description. So yeah, get in touch, keep in touch. I will be back soon with a new video, but in the meantime, I hope you are safe and I hope you are well. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye, everybody.